Hi, Rich Linden from RVA Property Solutions. Just want to show everybody our backyard and maybe talk to investors about a way that you might be able to shave some valuable money off your budget, and by being creative about how you get some of your jobs done. So when I first purchased this home, the yard was going to be a significant part of the budget. The guy did good work, but he's a bit of a doer-yourself. He built tons of cement walls. He built 2 nice sheds. I've taken it away by now, but there were huge piles of wood. The back of the yard was really just in total disarray. He had built himself a deck to go along with, looks like this side was a professionally built deck when the house was built, and then next to it he built his own deck that was over here. So when I first came to the property and budgeted when I bought it, and I always budget these things in to find out what price I can pay for my property, of course, I had budgeted $2,200 to redo this deck. It doesn't look like it now, but this deck was a disaster, particularly over here that is now gone. So the first thing I did was, instead of spending $2,200 on my deck, as I thought about it, I just decided to rip it out. So here you see the big hole that was the deck, but in reality it really opened up the back of this yard for what was perhaps too large of a deck for the house. So instead of spending $2,200 to fix a deck, I spent $600 to rip it out and destroy it, just haul it away, actually rebuilt the part down here, put a new structure, a new post in it at the corner, and this ends up being a much better deck than what I had previously, but instead of $2,200, I paid $600. The next creative thing I did was, all the wood that was in the back, I posted on Craigslist and said, free wood, come and get it. I literally had 20 or 30 responses about people trying to come get the wood, and it was very easy to remove, and it didn't have to pay anybody to haul it off. The next little gem I found in the backyard was this. This was a doghouse, if you believe it or not, that is made of vinyl. It's a true shingled roof up there. That's vinyl windows on it. This thing is gorgeous. 7 feet by 7, or 8 feet by 8 feet by 7 feet tall. You can even see the soffits in there. That they really did this thing right. But what I saw it as was a liability. I didn't want someone who had a dog that could fit in a 8 by 8 by 7 house, or worse yet, maybe someone who had 3 to 4 dogs and really wanted to rent my property. So I thought it best just to get rid of the doghouse. Now this thing weighs maybe 4,000 or 5,000 pounds is what I've been told. I had somebody come back in here and see about getting it out, and it was going to cost me quite a bit of money to haul this thing out of here. So I got to thinking about Craigslist, and I decided to take some pictures of it, and I posted it there and said, who wants a free doghouse? All you have to do is come get it. I had so many responses that I changed the ad and said, I have a doghouse I want to sell. Who wants it? I still got an overwhelming response. But then I got a lady who said, hey, I do a doghouse for shelters. I help them rehabilitate the dogs, and I give them a life again. I'd really love your house. It would really help me out. Will you barter? And so I started thinking about this huge disaster I had in my backyard. So I emailed her back and I said, okay, if you come and take this huge doghouse that, of course, I didn't tell her it was going to cost me money to get rid of it. I said, if I give that to you, will you clean up my yard? And my yard is overwhelming with junk and trash and leaves. Probably a 3 or 4 person day, 3 or 4 person job that's going to come a couple of days. I've got this over here, which is a swing set and a little bridge, but you can see that those are also liabilities. So I was going to have to hire someone, because these are all cemented into the ground. I was going to have to hire someone to come out and dig these things out, cut them down, and haul it away. But instead, the same lady who wanted my doghouse said she would be happy to do it for free as long as she could keep it. Now this was a win-win for me. So she's literally going to come through and empty out this yard of all this wood, all this debris, rake it, bag it, put it in good condition, and she's going to do it for exchange of that doghouse over there, and that swing set over there, and that bridge. 3 things that were going to cost me money to get rid of. So I had budgeted $2,200 for that deck, and I had budgeted $1,500 for the cleanup in this yard. So my total budget for the backyard was $3,700. In reality, I only spent $600 to rip out that deck and to power wash it and stain it. And I got all the rest done for free on Craigslist. And huge savings like that make a big difference in our bottom line. My name is Rich Lennon, RVA Property Solutions.